need to rehearse. I have a concert soon. If you don't stop right now, I'm going to destroy that stupid thing.
There's a lot of weird videos out there, and I love watching them. I love breaking them down. I love deciding, is it real? Is it cannibals? Do we have conjoined twins? Or is it something even more malicious? And today, we are watching a story about a girl who disappeared for years. But I think there's more to it than just that. I think we're actually listening to a potential mystery case, and I'm gonna show you guys why the story might lead to the discovery of a missing person. Take a look at this video, guys, and tell me what you think.
Sarah, stop your noise. Your brother is trying to watch cartoons. My mother screamed while I tried to practice the piano. I need to rehearse. I have a concert soon.
Now, I know it's weird, but trust me, this relates to a missing person case. Now, take a look. I want you to observe things. We've got a piano. We've got a girl with blue eyes. Just take this stuff in. I'll show you why it makes sense in a
I
second.
replied, if you don't stop right now, I'm going to destroy that stupid thing. Roy is watching his favorite show, she said. Yes, Sarah, shut up, Roy whined. Roy was 8 years old, and although he was disgusting.
Now, you can see early on there's this little dynamic going on in the family. Mom doesn't like the daughter doesn't like the brother doesn't like the, pretty much no one likes the daughter. You can see this 25 seconds in. So this daughter might be thinking, maybe I'm gonna kill you guys. Maybe I'm going to fake disappear. Just watch.
My parents considered him to be their prized possession. He was loud, obnoxious, untidy, and the worst student in his class. And all he did was eat, watch cartoons, and play football. He also smelled.
Now, here's what's interesting. She said football, but it's clearly an American person speaking with an American accent who said football. So we've got a little bit of a disconnect here. So maybe she's already undercover and she's actually a British person.
On the other hand, I was the best 15-year-old daughter anyone could ask for. I was a straight A student and at the top of all my classes. Even gym. I was the president of the student government and the head of the robotics team, as well.
Now, we all know a girl like that. You could be that girl if you don't know that person. I don't know why I said that. I'm just pointing out there are a lot of them out there.
As the school's orchestra. My teachers adored me, and I'm pretty sure that all my friends' parents wished their kids were as perfect as me. I stopped playing my piano and decided to study for a math quiz the next day.
Oh, I don't like this girl. I don't know. She says she disappears for years. Maybe she should. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That was mean. I think she's just a little bit arrogant.
Roy barged into my room. What are you doing, stupid? He asked. I'm studying for a test. Go away, I replied. He grabbed my calculator, threw it on the floor, and stepped on it. What are you doing, Roy? I need that. You're so annoying.
I'm 25, and that sounds like something I would do to my brothers to this day if they were studying a math test. I would just do it and then just walk away, just to like assert dominance. Just be like, yeah.
Screamed. I pushed him off the calculator, grabbed his arm, and shoved him out of my room. I locked the door and tried to continue studying. A few minutes later, both my mom and dad banged on my door. Sarah, this is unacceptable. How could you treat your brother so horribly? Open the door, said my dad. I opened the door. I was trying to study and
So you can see there's this clear attack on this girl. They don't like the girl. I've got some theories. Obviously, we do know she's British, so she might have been adopted, and they might not like her. They might have had to take her in for a long-lost aunt, perhaps named Matilda, and she is Matilda's daughter, who they don't actually want. I'm just pointing out that that's probably where we're being led to.
I had to put him outside so I could continue working, I told them. You are a terrible sister and the worst example for Roy. I'm sure he was only trying to help. You're grounded, and I'm taking away your phone for a month.
Oh my gosh, take away a phone for a month and he stepped on your calculator. This is how you know your parents don't want you. When your parents do that, it's time to pack up and go.
It was no use replying. They had done this to me countless times. I never understood why they cared about Roy so much, but treated me like I was nothing.
Because you're adopted and they never wanted you. But also, can we roll back to how painful it is when your parents did take your phone for a month? Like, that destroyed me as a kid. That would happen over the dumbest stuff. Oh, so bad.
The next day after school, I went to my robotics meeting feeling depressed. My closest friend, Brian, noticed right away. Why are you looking so sad? He asked. I explained the situation with my parents and told him how I felt, that they'd never appreciate or care about me. I have an idea.
She's in robotics club. She is from England, and she knows how to make robots. So what are the odds that she makes a super soldier robot that attacks and kills her parents? Probably quite high, I would say. You can even see a diagram in the back showing them how to create a diagram or a killer robot.
Sometimes when my mom makes me angry, I leave home and I don't come back for a few hours. When I come back, she practically worships me. The trick is to make your parents very worried.
If you're a kid, do not take advice from these videos. I just want to add an asterisk right here. Do not do what these videos say ever.
If I left the house, my parents wouldn't care. Trust me. They probably wouldn't even care if I got kidnapped. I sighed. Hey, now that's a brilliant idea. Why don't we fake your kidnapping? My brother and his friends could help. We just need to have a plan. Brian
This kid was way too open about, oh my, kidnap. Why didn't I think of that? Let's kidnap you. I love the idea. It's so smart. No.
Well, I suppose I could give it a shot, I said. That afternoon, we went to meet his brother's friends at his house around the block. They all stood around the front porch drinking and smoking. They definitely didn't look like my typical crowd. I felt a bit scared. Are you sure this
Hey guys, could you kidnap this 13-year-old girl for us? Thank you. Appreciate that. Like
is
what?
a good idea? I asked Brian. Don't worry, he replied. Is my brother around? He asked one of the guys. They invited us inside where Brian's brother was waiting. Hi, I'm Eli,
Why is there a bunch of dudes here and they got a pink butterfly wallpaper picture up on the wall?
he said. And this is Alan. He pointed to a guy who was sitting nearby. He made eye contact, and I quickly looked away because he made me nervous. Anyway, Brian explained his idea. Eli spoke to a few of his
So
friends,
weird.
and they all agreed that they could pull it off. All they wanted in return was $300.
What?
That's the last thing I saw. Are you gonna get paid to kidnap? I mean, I feel like usually you're paying. Oh, I don't know. That's just so, what?
I decided that if they could get my parents to love me, it'd be worth it. See you
What?
tomorrow night, Eli said as we left. Everything had been arranged. When the evening finally came, I was so excited that it all happened in a flash. We were all seated around the dinner table. Roy was served first, and he
What are these hot dogs with bones inside of them? That does not look like it. That looks like a hot dog with a bone in it.
Can I have some more chicken? I asked.
Chicken?
No, Roy might want another piece. Stop being selfish, my mom replied. But there are 4 pieces left, I replied. Suddenly, we heard a crash in the
no.
living room. 4 masked men with guns walked into the dining room. Nobody moved.
I like how they have such pretty eyes. They're masked people. They have every single shade of eye color possible.
They tied my family to their chairs. My mom was crying and my little brother was screaming. My father looked angry. Look, just take whatever you want, but please don't hurt us. My money is in my briefcase over there, he said while
Wow.
pointing. We have lots of valuables upstairs. You can take them all. Just
I don't know. Is that the best move when someone gets that to? I don't know. Like, I don't know if you would want to say that or not. I'm not sure.
please don't hurt us, he pleaded. I was laughing inside, but I had to look terrified. We'll do whatever we want, one of the men replied harshly. They pulled me out of my chair, tied my hands together, and put a cloth bag over my face. I screamed, Mom, Dad, help me. My mom continued crying, and my dad continued
This is so traumatic for her parents. They hate her, but they can still deep down love her after she's getting kidnapped.
pleading for our lives.
Wow.
We'll never see her again, Eli shouted at my parents. They dragged me out of the house and pushed me into the back seat of a car, which was parked outside. They untied me, took off.
I like how they're like, hey, we did it. Thank you. Good luck.
That was fun, wasn't it? One of them said. They sped off and parked in front of Eli's house. You'll just have to wait here and we'll see what happens, said Eli. When I got in,
They did not think this through. You're using a bright colored car and then taking it home? Like, guys, you gotta know how to kidnap better than that. There are better strategies.
Brian was waiting and talking to the cute guy who made me nervous the day before. Hey, Sarah, Brian shouted. How did it go? Tell me everything, he said. I sat next to them and told them about the whole experience. Everyone was laughing. Some
I'm just shocked that in this story that may or may not have happened, which I feel like maybe this one's probably not true. It could be that they're just so chill about it. Like, oh, that was great. Thanks for the $300. We risked our entire lives to kidnap you.
Someone turned on the music and we ordered pizza. I felt amazing. I was here having the time of my life while my parents were at home terrified about what might be happening to me. I imagined my new life at home. My mom and dad would worship the ground I walked on. I would finally get the recognition I deserved for being the perfect daughter. I'd be
You know there are kids out there that probably have done this. Like, this actually probably has happened because it's so stupid that I feel like a young kid might just do it to see if it actually works. That's crazy.
Most importantly, they'd make me feel like I was loved. But I
Wow.
was lucky. Maybe they'd even realize how rotten Roy was and put him up for adoption.
Oh, okay. Dang, she's going nuclear. Gets kidnapped and then wants her brother to be adopted. She's trying to destroy her whole family.
Would hide out at Eli's house for about 2 days and then return home and tell them I escaped. Then they'd feel even prouder of me for being clever enough to outsmart a bunch of heavily armed and dangerous bandits. Brian realized what was going on and gave us some space. We spoke a lot, and I learned a lot about him. He was
Why is it her voice when he's
19
talking?
years old.
It's so
he
weird.
lived alone with his older sister. His
Okay.
parents moved away when they were younger, and he hasn't seen them since. You know, you're one of the prettiest girls I've ever seen. Can I have your number? He said said.
How old is she? This is important. I feel like she's not old, and I feel like you're old. This is getting into bad territory.
Nobody has ever really said that before. My mom took my phone, though. I don't have it, I replied. The butterflies in my stomach fluttered. They're really that mean to you, huh? Well, it's okay. I have an extra one. I'll just...
I don't know. This dude looks like he'd be like 22. I don't know. I'm concerned.
He went
We're
into
entering
another
danger
room
zone.
and came back with a brand new iPhone SE. Here, take it. It's for you, he said.
iPhone SE. What? That's just so weirdly specific.
This is really expensive, and it's new too. I can't accept such an expensive gift, I gasped. Then he asked me to sit down and explain that valuable people deserve valuable things.
Why does it have this nice red color? Does iPhone SE come in that red shiny thing? I don't feel like it's got a metallic red.
Eventually persuaded me into accepting it. I had only known him for a little while, but I felt so comfortable with him. I slept on the couch that night, and I woke up to a lovely breakfast. Good morning, beautiful. I didn't go home last night because I didn't want to leave you alone. I watched you sleep, and then I decided to make you breakfast.
Oh man, we're getting into real weird territory now, folks. It always does seem to give us that little punch in the face towards the end, doesn't it? Just really twists your noggin a little bit. Gives you something real juicy to not enjoy.
I hope you like it, said Alan. Eli was still in his room sleeping. I also went to the store to get you a few things to wear. I noticed you didn't have anything to change into, and you have to wait here for another day. Don't worry, I washed them already so they're clean, he said.
Oh, I feel like this is creepy, right? Like that's too far.
I couldn't believe that such a kind person existed, although I was still wary because I didn't know him very well.
Yeah, okay, I thought
ate
it was weird.
breakfast,
Good.
showered, and changed into my new clothes. After we spoke for a while,
It's literally the exact same shirt that you were just wearing, and you're also eating a book cut in half. I feel like you're eating a literal phone book cut in half.
Eli walked into the room. Sarah, turn on the television. Brian just called to tell me that your family is on the news, he said.
Okay.
I turned on the television, and there they were. My
Giant bright yellow car front and center in the news. If you see this car, let us know.
mother looked worried, and my father looked like a frightened animal.
I don't know. It doesn't look like a frightened animal to me.
I thought
looks
while
mad.
grinning. The interviewer asked, "So can you tell us exactly what happened last night?" 4 bandits broke in while I was having dinner with my husband and my son. They screamed at us and tied us to our chairs. I was so afraid. They stole some money, a television, and my son's PlayStation. He's been crying all day because it's his favorite thing. We were terrified. They didn't even untie one of us before they left. We had to scream until the neighbors heard us and came to our rescue, my mother said before
Freaking hot dogs with bones in them just sitting there. What are the neighbors gonna think when they see these barbarians with that on their plates?
bursting into tears.
Oh wait, hold up. You guys see what I'm seeing right now? There's a pair of mangled arms that have been cut off on that final chair. There's a pair of arms. The girl had her arms cut off. They didn't even tell us. She just cut off her arms and didn't even tell us they're there. That's the twist we didn't know we needed. That her arms were cut.
We are thankful
No,
for
they're
our
definitely there.
lives and that we are all safe, she added. Would you like to say anything? The interviewer said to my dad.
Why are they not mentioning that her arms got freaking cut off of her body?
Just like the bandits to understand that my son is very sad right now. You stole his favorite game and he is devastated now. You should all be ashamed of yourselves, he said. I could not believe my ears. Not only did they not care about me,
Called it.
but they lied. Eli and his friends hadn't stolen a thing. I was
I was gonna ask. I was like,
so angry that I turned off the television and ran outside crying. My plan had achieved the opposite effect. They felt like they had finally gotten rid of me, and this is what they always wanted.
why are you not explaining why your arms got cut off?
Now they could have their perfect life with their son. They did not even care that I was missing. They did not care that I could have been hurt or killed. I sat in the grass and buried my head in my hands. After a while, Alan came and sat by my side. Hey, don't be sad. You're great, and one day they'll regret treating you like this.
Hey, don't be sad. You're great. Is that what I need to say when people
Why
are
don't
sad?
you move in with me and my sister? Could I really move in with a stranger? I thought. I realized that this stranger had treated me better than my own family ever did.
Feel like it's
That
a bad
night,
idea?
I went
I don't
back
know.
home,
Just feel like it's a
packed
bad
a
idea.
bag of my most valuable things, and
No.
gave my parents a piece of my mind. I
Oh
let
my.
them know that they were the worst parents in the universe, and I hoped that they'd someday face the consequences of their horrible actions. I slammed the door as I walked out and never looked back.
Wow, what a story. Girl gets kidnapped. She's secretly a British adopted girl, and then her arms get cut off, and no one even mentions it in this psychotic household. No one even thinks twice. They just leave her arms at the table and just let her go on. I don't even know how she could afford a prosthetic arm. I mean, there's some Just big story loopholes in this one, but man, that was a fun little journey right there we took. And if you want to take more journeys with me every single week, subscribe to that channel down below, and then go follow me on Twitter, because if you want journeys, I'll take you on a journey on Twitter. Guys, thanks for watching. Click that screen. I'll see you guys 2 days. Peace.